Seems like every other day we have another willy or won't he story about whether Damian Lillard will be traded to Miami, to a quote-unquote mystery team in the East. For now, nothing is happening and nothing appears to be imminent. So, Rachel Nichols, still with us. Your educated guess. Will Dame be traded? And if so, how soon?
I do think he'll be traded. It just might not be on his timetable. And look, Portland has been more active in recent weeks. They are looking not just for a deal directly with one team, but maybe a 3-team trade to make this go faster. But the truth in the NBA these days is the most valuable time to trade someone is no longer in the offseason. It's right before the trade deadline because you have teams who have gotten going. They think they're maybe a Damian Lillard away from winning the title. And we saw this last season with Kevin Durant, right? Kevin Durant wanted out of the Nets. They talked to Phoenix before the season. They tried to work out a deal. Phoenix was not ready to make as big an offer. But when they saw where they were mid-season, they said, okay, we're ready to up the offer. And that is when they made the deal with Brooklyn. So we've seen this over and over and over again. The flip side for Portland is, do you hold out and wait till you might get more value for him? Because, by the way, he's a generational player there. You are not getting another Damian Lillard coming along that you can get that kind of compensation for. You got to maximize this one. However, is it going to be disruptive to have him with the team possibly that long? And not because I think that Damian Lillard is going to throw a temper tantrum. He's not that kind of guy. But you do have younger players in that locker room. You have Scoot Henderson, who wants the ball in his hands. You've got all kinds of dynamics within the team. Chauncey Billups is going to have to get asked about this every single day. Do you want that? Where is the weight there for them?
A very good question. Now, for my 2 cents on this.
Please.
From the start, I dug in on this, and I could be wrong, but I have had enough interaction with Damian himself to have some feel for this.
Okay.
I believe from the start that deep, deep down in his heart of hearts, he doesn't really want to be traded out of Portland, that he loves it there. He makes great money, max money. It's 45, 50 million for the next couple. He's got 2 more years. He's got his family there, 3 kids, his wife. I'm sure they love living there because I loved Portland, and I think I could live in Portland because it's really a great place to live, albeit a very small pond, and he is a very big fish in a very small pond. But I don't think Portland management really wants to give up on him because he's still really all they have to sell, even though they have some nice young pieces, and I love Chauncey. I just think he's right up there with Ty Lue for me as a guy who could flip it around on its head. He's got some Dion in him where maybe this could go places if you get off to the right start. So it feels like, to me, from a distance, there might be a lot of sword rattling just to play to Dame's pride and his ego to say, okay, we'll try to do this for you, but deep down, management doesn't really want anything to work, so they're playing hard to get, hoping that this all blows over and Dame finally sits back at age 33 and says, you know what, I'll just be a Blazer for life. And then you see if you can continue to build around him and hope something detonates.
Well, look, there's precedent for that, right? We saw that with Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant went on the radio and demanded a trade. He didn't just, put feelers out. He went on the radio and said, I don't want to play for the Lakers anymore. And Jerry Buss was like, I'm not trading you. No. I'm not doing it. You're a Laker for life. We're going to work it out.
Once when we were at ESPN, I know I was in the middle of this, we did a whole topic one day on Kobe wanted to go to the Bulls because Michael had been a Bull. And we did a serious topic about, is this imminent? Is this going to happen? And to your point, Jerry Buss said, no, it's not going to happen.
I don't know if that's the situation, though, here, because I think that everybody has realized this is a bit of the end of the road. Portland is not going to be able to make the changes that they think they need to make as a franchise with Damian Lillard's salary taking up what it is taking up. And Lillard, who has been such a good soldier for so long and so loyal, really has said, this is it. You said he's 33. How much longer can he be not just someone who will hang on at the end of the bench as a happy veteran winning a record, but really someone who will make a difference to a team? And I think that's why Miami's attractive to him. Yes, it is going to a team that in some ways is already made, but they clearly can't win. They have not been able to win without him. So if he can be the ingredient that makes them win, to him, that's still winning the right way.
All right, but in a small pond, Damian has accomplished amazing feats of making commercials. He's in a big Modelo commercial. He's in the new Gatorade ad. So he gets a lot of shine in the very small market that is Portland, and he's got his Adidas signature shoe. He's got a lot. he has become, to me, the best athlete rapper out there. And he's been pretty successful at it
He has.
in Portland. Okay.
But he's going to be on TV more if he's in a place like Miami. If he's, I'm not going to start listing off teams because people will start reporting that I'm saying he's going there.
No.
But there's a lot of teams in much bigger media markets that he has been rumored to be attracted to being able to go. And he's only going to be on TV more. He's only going to be more of an attraction. If he's playing in big time, conference final or finals games and he's hitting those logo shots, that's only going to get him more endorsements.
Okay. Bigger picture. If you look at Damian's value, to me, he's not a Kevin Durant. Do you put him in the same conversation? Is he a superstar, or is he just a star?
Well, those are two different questions.
Okay.
Kevin Durant, to me, is in that group of one of the greatest players of all time. Damian, still, we have to see where his career goes to get that. Kevin Durant has championships. Obviously, Damian Lillard is still working toward that. However, is he a superstar currently in today's NBA? Absolutely. Have you seen what he does at the end of games? I mean, we were just talking about Michael Jordan in the last segment. There's only 2 players on earth, 2, who have been able to wrap up playoff series with buzzer-beating shots. 2. One of them is Damian Lillard, and you know who the other guy is.
Okay, he did it against Russ, who he despised in Oklahoma City, and he did it against James and company in Houston.
Yes.
Okay, I got that, but Dame and I got into it a couple of times over what happened in 2018 against New Orleans. They got swept in the first round, and they were better than New Orleans at that point. And he came up small at the end of those games. And then in 2019, this was his breakthrough moment. This is when against Golden State in the conference finals with no KD at this point. So it's basically
If they only had Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and one of the greatest teams ever.
It's Dame and CJ against those two, and it sort of boiled down to backcourt versus backcourt. All 4, and not the first time, but the last 3, they got swept. But the last 3 games going to the fourth quarter, Portland was right there. Once they had a lead, once it was tied, once they were just a couple points behind. If you look at what he did in the fourth quarter and overtime of that series, it was pathetic by his superstar standards, because he goes 8 of 26 from the floor and 5 of 17 from 3, which was 29%, and he was a minus 30. And I know he's stuck in Portland, but he hasn't been able to superstar his team in the postseason because since he entered the league, he has the second worst postseason winning percentage of any player and the second worst plus minus of any player. And you can blame it on his help or lack thereof. But I'm just saying.
You can't win these games by yourself. You look at his individual numbers in all of those games.
And you know what
They're
also
excellent.
sticks in my craw about Damian?
Tell me.
Bubble. At Orlando, as they're wrapping up the regular season, just before
I was
the
at
playoffs
this
are
game.
starting,
I know what you're talking about.
It's the Clippers game.
I was courtside.
It's on a Saturday afternoon. There's afternoon here. May have been a little like early evening there.
Yes.
And it goes to the wire, and Dame is at the free throw line late in the game, and the Clippers are clowning him, doing Dame time to him over on the bench. It's Patrick Beverly. It's Paul George. I don't know if Kawhi participated in this, but it didn't seem like he did. But I'm thinking to myself, they're clowning a superstar, because I don't think they do that to Kevin Durant, mainly because he's not going to miss the free throws.
Patrick Beverly is known for doing that to superstars, right?
Okay, but this was so outrageous that I said, would they have ever done that to LeBron? I don't think they do that to LeBron. Nobody would have ever dared do that to Michael Jordan to try to distract him down the stretch. So Dame missed the 2 free throws, and then he missed it was like a 28-footer with 15 seconds left to win the game. And I said, okay. And then we go to the Olympics in 2020 after the bubble. And in the gold medal game, Dame goes to the free throw line late and has 2 to clinch. And he goes clang and he goes clang. And Kevin just said, KD says, just give me the ball. So he goes down and forces the next possession inbounds to him so he can get fouled. And he goes swish, swish, and they win it. So I'm not sure he's as Dame time as people think, but he's still a very, very good player. And to your point, would he be a great fit? Yes, he would be a great fit, because that's who they are. That's what they do. Pat Riley and Spo, they love these veteran players who have battle scars and they know how to play. You know who they all are. They've had a parade of them come through there.
Yes.
So
Look, he does not have a 100% free throw percentage, right? And guys are going to miss big free throws in big moments.
Yeah.
But there is a record of how clutch Damian Lillard is.
He's
There
had
is
some
a
big
span of
walk-offs.
career tied for third most game-winning buzzer beaters in NBA playoff history. In history. And if you look at his numbers, to me, I rate guys against Kobe Bryant because Kobe Bryant did some of the most clutch things I have ever seen in my life. And guess what? Percentage from the field, the edge in clutch time, what NBA defines as clutch time, edge goes to Damian Lillard. From three, edge goes to Damian Lillard between Dame and Kobe. Free throws, free throw percentage in the clutch, Kobe Bryant, 84% from the free throw line, Damian Lillard, 87%. So to me, when I look at the greats of the game, Damian Lillard is literally right up there with them. The only people who have scored more buzzer beaters in the playoffs are Michael Jordan and LeBron James. You can't say he's not clutch.
He's had his moments, and he's had his bad moments.
Yes.
But the point is, I still feel like he wants to stay in Portland. That's just my gut feeling because it's big fish in it's one of the smaller ponds in the NBA, probably bottom, 3 or 4. I know Memphis is small, Oklahoma City is
There's
small.
some smaller markets, but I know what you mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but you think by trade deadline, you think it'll be to Miami?
I think that he will be somewhere by the trade deadline and maybe sooner. I don't know if it's going to be to Miami. I don't know. Miami hasn't needed to up its offer yet because no one else has come in there with a better one. If they had, we'd know it because Damian Lillard would be traded. So Miami is, I mean, they are a savvy organization. They are not going to start negotiating against themselves. We'll just have to see how these next month plays out.
Organization.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you.
I enjoyed the back and forth. Up next, Nick Saban calls Deion a very good coach. Does Saban actually believe he's a very good coach? And it's back to you. We hear from you next on #UndisputedLive. No mercy, no mercy, no mercy. Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.